We the coach, we nothing like them vultures if you didn't ain't know it. Our convos be the latest and our shoes is just the dopes. We keep a high topic when we known to be the coast. Cause we stepping with black excellence, progression in our motion. We the coach, we nothing like them vultures if you didn't ain't know it. Our convos be the latest and our shoes is just the dopes. We keep a high topic when we known to be the coast. Cause we stepping with black excellence, progression in our motion.
Well, as you all know, we're brothers. We're happy and we're singing and we're color. Give me a high five. Yeah.
Anyway, so I don't normally like to be on this side of the camera. I'm behind the scenes for a reason, but want to do kind of like a behind the scenes of this limited series that we worked on together. Very honored to be included in the series. And yeah, so I mean, how did it come to be? An idea was brought to us by the host, Mr. Fresh to the Soul, about sneakers and conversations and connection. And I mean, we've been doing that our whole life. So I was like, okay. From there, I kind of went, figured out what I thought the look would be as far as the show, like editing the show. The look, I went and got some inspo, things like that. Me and Trey talked, figured out how we wanted it to flow. She figured out the look visually as far as like styling, what we wanted like set-wise, things of that nature. And we came back, we presented it, and then we did it.
And then we bodied it. Yeah, so for me, I also hate being in front of the camera. So this was a big step for me. Rob had essentially, he had essentially had this idea he came to us with, and I was essentially supposed to be a stylist on the show.
Yeah.
That was the setup for the show, right? So the first episode, I'm just stylist on the show. So he's like, oh, I need people to interview.
And production assistant.
Y'all
might not know. She's one of the, she's a part of Shooter Productions.
PA gang, right?
Yeah.
So production assistant and stylist. So I'm like, cool, I could do that, right? So he's like, oh, well, I want to interview you. Wait a minute, because when did we ever discuss me being interviewed? So having my first official sit-down interview that wasn't in front of a corporate company and then on camera was really like, wow. But I'm so honored to be able to have done that with my sister.
Yeah.
My girl, my world, y'all. So it made it easier but harder because also being her PA and her sister there are lines, right? So
yeah.
Just
the standards don't change.
They don't. Not because of blood.
I know the excellence that's here. Also push her a lot as far as like expressing herself, because sometimes being expressive and excelling in certain things, you downplay yourself. She does it very often. And so for me, whenever the opportunity comes where it's like, yeah, I could put her on and she's the perfect fit, it's like, yeah, you could do this. And I don't want to hear that you can't. And I don't give her the space.
Heavy on that, I don't want to hear that you can't.
I don't want to hear that you can't. So there's never an opportunity that I know she can fit for that I'm not going to consider her for. And so with this, it was kind of like, we talking about clothes, we talking about shoes, talking about fashion. I mean, ideal world for you.
Yeah, literally.
So, and then just being able to bring somebody in to help, because once I get in director mode, once I get in EP mode, it's like, this is what this is. There's certain things that are no longer the concern. We got to think about the overall vision and the style of the show and things like that. And having Trey being able to be that middle person of, coordinating things, us already having a very good communication style, it made so much sense. And it helped everything flow so well.
Yeah, I honestly think I grew a lot on this set because, again, me coming in with the mindset of being a stylist. And first episode, I was still supposed to be a stylist. Like, okay, I'm styling and I'm a PA. And then things took a shift. So I had to get pushed up to more of a creative director showrunner. And it allowed me to spread my wings to kind of be like a creative liaison between director and the talent. Also being able to set up the other episodes that we have. Boost, Matt, Tony, Berto, like, thank you all so much for just allowing us to be a part of your creative process and giving that kind of exclusiveness, and just creating essentially more art with us.
Yeah.
So we are super grateful for that. And it just showed how much people don't understand what goes into the setup. Every light, every angle.
Yeah, people have
she
no
don't
idea.
play.
You
know, she do not play.
Yeah.
So the setup is a really, really real thing. And then even down to, like, for me, just having to visually like miking them up or being like, oh no, you need to fix the collar on your shirt,
Absolutely.
or you need some Vaseline between your
Yeah,
fingers.
big
Like
things, big
everything has a meaning behind the
Yeah,
camera. So
absolutely. My favorite thing about the whole series is actually the conversations. I'm a sucker for a good conversation and like getting to know people. And I think sometimes people do reduce you, like when you like fashion or you like sneakers, it's like, oh, you're just a sneakerhead.
Yeah.
But there's so much more to it, like a story to it. I mean, both of us are sneakerheads. We grew up, we've loved sneakers all our lives. So when it was brought to me, it was like, absolutely, I love a good pair of shoes. I might not care about like the other fashions. I'm not spending a band on a purse. I'm not doing it. That's me. Y'all do what y'all would like to do. But I think that when it comes to shoes, that might be the only place that I'm like, I'll splurge and I really want these, or these speak to me. And so when it came back, it was like, okay, but having the conversation about how sneakers help to push these men in a different direction. You know, yours was not that you're a man, but having a conversation about how these sneakers.
I was the only female on the
yes,
show.
She was. Shout out to you. But yeah, having a conversation about how sneakers has opened so many doors. I mean, we have business owners because of sneakers. We have, better relationships with family because of sneakers. We got you living out your dreams because of sneakers. I mean, people moving states and traveling the world because of shoes. And I think like when we stop limiting opportunity to what we think it should be, it really opens that door. And then giving people space to speak. Like, you never heard this story. You assume because, oh, they wear these shoes, they just worried about appearance, when it's so much deeper than that. And I love that we had that space where a lot of people were able to tell their story on their terms and in their way, not have somebody come in and say, because you look like this is how your story should be, or because you only care about shoes, you don't care about other things. And like a lot of them are very much involved in their community, they giving back. It was just so, it was so good to be able to shed a light on it. And I am personally very hard on men, black men in particular, very hard on them, and not in a way that I don't want them to succeed, but because I expect so much of them. Like, I know that there's so much excellence there, that you can be a great leader in your community, you can love yourself, you can love fashion, you can do it all. I know that. And so being able to have and build relationship with these men, like, they was all so cool.
Yeah, they
Like,
were.
everybody
They
was
were.
so
I
cool.
definitely could give them that. They was cool. They held their own. Each episode was different.
Yeah.
Me personally, my favorite episode was Boo's episode. Just because of the connection to just like how I know him, and actually he actually does clean my shoes. So it's like it's not like it's just some random makeup. Like, oh my god, this guy clean shoes. No, I actually take my shoes to him. He literally keeps my rotation fresh and in line. So it's like, I go see him on a Saturday. He back there hot and sweating. And I'm like, I'm dropping these off while I'm picking up. So like, actually being a customer, supporting his business, it was a no-brainer to actually bring him on. I'm telling the story, and just hearing some of the things that he talked about, it was just so deep, because it's like, I too have been a victim of warehouse work. So I understand how it is when it's like, dang, like I want out of this. Like the money be there, but you like, bro, I'm tired of doing this. So for him to say he was just praying to God, like, please get me out of this. And it ended up going from that to him doing his dream was it was a really big thing. So that resonated with me very heavy. All the episodes are also very great.
Absolutely.
I took something from each episode, me personally. Like, we would be back there filming and we'd be like,
like
it was and it was so organic.
It was
like nothing scripted.
Yeah,
nothing
we had nothing
was
scripted. I mean, we did have
except
some
the
questions.
Right.
Except the intros, yes. But we did have some questions that we came with, but the conversations literally took a life of their own. I will say my favorite to edit was Matt's episode.
Okay.
I liked Matt's episode because he made so many references to cultural moments. Like, he mentioned, the Fresh Prince, so I was able to throw that in there. He mentioned Wale and the whole sneaker thing. I was able to throw that in there. Plus, I threw the song in there. I don't know if y'all noticed that, but I threw the song in there. And just being able to play around with so many things that I personally can relate to. Like, I'm a Wale fan, Fresh Prince. Like, I love Black TV, so it was just like, that felt good to give that life visually. But as far as overall, well, shout out to Berto. I think that really was a really good one for me, because he's a legend in the sneaker world, especially here in Baltimore locally. And for him to be so open, to him to open his shop to us, and to be so
open and close down shop.
Literally, like he gave us so much
freedom
freedom in that space. And I think that's one of the reasons I really appreciated it, because sometimes we think people are so inaccessible, and they are. It's just you never had this request asked of you before, and he just been so hospitable, so great.
Right,
and I dragged all the gear. I dragged it in there, and he was perfectly fine with it. So shout out to Berto, shout out to Hidden Gems, and everybody that was a part of this. We really appreciate y'all trusting us. And that's another thing for me, like trusting us to show their best selves.
Right.
And not put in the flukes and not put in the, and a lot of the conversation was just organic, so I didn't have to do too much editing. But like just being mindful of us saying that stuff on set, like you making sure their clothes are right, me being like, hey, this lighting, or watch this or this angle, and all of that stuff goes into your care for a person.
Yeah.
And I hope that if nothing else, that they got from this series, like we care about y'all stories, we care about y'all, we care about what the impact y'all making in the community.
Very true. Very true. She kind of said it all, but I'll also say Tony's episode was big for me, like the baseball reference of just being in the right place at the right time, or just knowing that things take time, or that process, or just all the things that he represented. And for Matt, it was like Matt GOAT episode talking about my GOAT, Michael Jordan. That's my GOAT.
Yeah.
So when Matt was talking about Jordan, I really connected with that. And even the Bird episode, like him talking about how he's been a pillar of the community, and him allowing people to, him giving away shoes. You know, they don't talk about that stuff a lot.
Yeah.
So you would just think, oh, this is just some guy. Like, had I not known him, I just want to go, this is just some guy that got a shop up in Fair Hill.
Yeah.
You know, that's not really accessible to everybody. But it's like, no, he's giving away stuff. He even has another store in Texas. So now he's continuing and furthering his legacy.
Yeah.
And we talked about how he set his son up for success, that now what he's done here in Baltimore, he can transcend that to Texas, and he can kind of be able to enjoy his post-career, enjoy his grandchildren and all that, and allow his son to, you know, further his business and his brand. And, you know, with Boost and just talking about his connection with the Nike commercial was big, because it's like, yo, he really in the heart of East Baltimore. Having Nike run up in your shop is crazy. So I'm just super honored to be a part of that process, for us coming together, collaborating on this, helping who's essentially, he's a client, Fresh to the Soul, to bring his vision to life. And just this entire process of just all putting our heads together, getting down to the grind, getting the work done, seeing this process through. A lot of people don't know this got filmed last July.
Yeah, this was
so
a long
this
time.
was almost
long
a year. We are a year later, post production, literally a year later.
Yeah.
So many things have happened since then.
Yes, they have.
I had surgery in the middle of all of this.
Yeah.
We had to work around that. So it's like, I think that what I have taken away from this the most is, you cannot rush the process. You can't force the process. You can't manipulate the process. You just got to let the process be the process.
Yeah.
And a year later, sitting here in these exact chairs that we set up a year ago, and we were like, this is the first episode. We're different people.
Yeah.
We think, you know, we're more advanced in the way that we see things, and we're looking back at things. And I'm just really honored and excited for you to have allowed me to be a part of this production. And it helped me also to kind of figure out my career moves of, hey, I don't want to just be a stylist. Like when I sat in this chair, I said, you know, stylist, entrepreneur. Like I've even changed my Instagram name since then.
Yeah,
like so much
absolutely.
has changed that now it's like, you know, assistant Fresh to the Soul with this project allowed me to kind of enter more of a publicist lane. So now this project has allowed me to see what it's like to have a client, to help them see things through, to work with a great and amazing director, and to know what it takes to get the director's vision and the client's vision to meet. That liaison of creativity. And there were times, that's all I'm going to say. There were times, but we pursued the vision, we persevered, and we are here today to say, wow, what a wrap. What a show, right?
Yeah,
I hope that y'all really
Very good
enjoyed
show.
it. Sneakerheads all over. Like, we covered so many good shoes. We talked about the Bacons. We talked about Jordan 1s. We talked, what else we talked? We talked Bo Jacksons. Like, we talked so
Foam
many
posits
different
was in there.
foams.
Yeah.
We talked so many different languages that it's like, my concern was that it wasn't only going to really resonate with an older demographic. But when I think about it, it's like, I can even say where I was and where you were when that shoe dropped. Like, when things like when a sneaker culture, when shoes drop, it affects, it's a ripple effect.
Absolutely.
Like being the smallest to the youngest to the oldest. So it was just good to kind of see everybody be able to bond over that, but to show the connection beyond the physical.
Yeah.
Like how these shoes were therapy for these people, or, you know, what, how it was a part of their life and their careers, or like, you know, Berto and Rob said they met working
because
together.
of shoes, yeah.
So yeah, it's just amazing to see that, that it's not just all material.
Yeah, and I will say shout out to this amazing creative liaison, because the process while long, a lot of people don't understand. We're in a generation now that's very quick turnover. Everything is, they say microwave generation. People want things so fast, and a lot of people actually have no clue what goes into production. They have no clue what goes into, I'm sorry, good production.
Yes.
They have no idea. It's very simple to take your phone out and shoot everything, but there's a different feel, a different connection that comes with you intentionally shooting something. And so for me, it was kind of like, I take what I do very seriously. My craft is very important to me, and in the process, there are certain things that have to be done or certain conversations that have to be had that make sure that we have a very good production. And I think you were amazing at, having that, cultivating that. And even the process could have been much longer had it not been for this one right here. And I really, really appreciate you coming in, being consistent, even in the hard times, being like, yeah, let's just keep grinding, let's keep doing it, because there were plenty of times.
There were times.
There were plenty of times. But I'm so grateful because now that it's over and I'm seeing, people commenting and the response, we're getting very good responses.
Very great
the
track.
numbers.
So thank y'all on social media.
Shout out to y'all, keep it going up. And even though this is a limited series, who knows what he may go do after this and what other projects we may work on. But this really helped me to see something all the way through. And I've done plenty of things for other people, but this one was kind of, I'm still involved.
Right.
Because even as far as like being a sneakerhead, like that, being a part of it and being a woman in this space too, I think that's very important to say, like not leaving us out of the story. So I'm very glad that you were on an episode, that you were able to talk about it from that perspective, and just having it be where when we pulled up to a lot of the sets, they like, oh my gosh, you got all of this and you got that, like just taking it more serious as a production, as opposed to thinking like, we're going to lowball them or not give them the proper treatment. And that feels good to know, like, no, I take this seriously. And people take it seriously because I take it seriously. So I really, really love that. And I'm just so happy that we saw this through. I'm so happy that it's getting the love that it needs to get. I look forward to the people that discover it later, because the thing about creating is, even if it hits now, it's still going to hit forever. This could be the beginning of another person's sneakerhead journey. Somebody could fall in love with shoes because of the show. And I love that this has a life of its own, and it will continue. And again, shout out to all the people that trusted us to make this happen. A lot of them texting like, this looks so good, or shout out to the episode, or what. And I really, really appreciate
the editing,
that.
all her.
Really appreciate that.
I wouldn't know what to do. I was just like, girl, what?
But yeah, I really appreciate that, and I'm grateful that we were able to get it done. And shout out to our cousin Marcus.
Yeah,
he held it down on the song. I came to him, I said, hey,
original song.
This the idea, this kind of what we want. We had a couple of revisions, and he just vibed it. So I really, really appreciate him. Shout out to that. He got his own look. I mean, everything was really built from the ground up. And that's the one thing I think that takes time. So the feel, the vibe, the look, all of that stuff has to be curated. And we did a very, very good job. And I look forward to whatever projects we work on.
Very true.
And however this chooses to go after this. So,
yeah. She stole those words right from me, because I was just like, y'all know y'all want to see us again. Y'all know y'all do.
And it's different. Being in front of the camera, this is her forcing me to do this because...
As if I'm not forced. I was... Get me a sweat rag. I was like, yo, when I rewatched my episode, I was like, girl, what is you talking about? Like, felt like I was rambling because I was nervous. But even when we watched my own episode, I was just like thinking about when we were shooting it. I'm not thinking about, I'm not thinking about like, damn, this is good. I'm like, oh, I remember we did this. And that's the thing, is like almost like reliving it twice. So I just hope that all the people that we were able to touch with this, especially the host, thank you so much for lending us your vision, or coming to us and trusting us with this process, and just giving us creative control over this. Thank you. We wish you well in your journeys and your endeavors moving forward. Absolutely. Just the guests that were on the show, thank you all so much for taking the time out to allow us to come into your space and to, be personal with us and give us an inside eye of your journey and what it took, because it's not all pretty, like Berto was saying, he bought shoes and he didn't have money and all types of stuff to start his store. Like, that's very private information. He did not have to share. So we thank y'all so much for that. We do have one last unboxing for y'all to wrap the show. But before we do that, y'all not gonna ignore what my girl got on her feet. Get into the feet, though.
Oh, get into these old things.
Get into the feet.
So again, I told y'all, we've been sneakerheads since we was kids. I mean, honestly, we was trading back and forth. Always been a Jordan head. Always been into sports. I'm a sports girly, love sports. And so the great Asia Wilson dropped the collection, the A1 on Nike. I had to get into it. As a girl watching sports, WNBA used to be trash growing up.
Very true.
Very
I'm so
trash.
happy to see the rebrand. Shout out to everybody working to rebrand them because they used to do us dirty.
Yeah, we used to only have 2 shoe options. It was just pink or purple. And then everything was ugly. So I prefer to get the boy sneakers because they look better. The fit was better. It just went with a lot of other things. But when these came out, I wanted to be a part of documenting history. These are historic. Have a signature shoe, WNBA, yeah. And then the pink I went with by choice now.
Yeah,
because she had 3 colorways.
She did that.
Pink by choice because it looks really good. It fits great. It's amazing. I love the shoes. Whenever I wear them, people be like, "Oh my god, oh my gosh!" Like they are very much attention getting. So shout out to Asia Wilson. Shout out to WNBA. Shout out to sneaker culture for growing and for listening to women and giving us better shoe selection. Love that. I love that
Very
now as a
so.
female sneakerhead, there is a space for us. Because when we were doing it, we had to be a tomboy to be in the sneaker. You had to be a tomboy to be in sneaker culture. And now everybody is respecting sneakers in a way that they weren't before. So shout out to Asia Wilson. Shout out to the feet. They fire. And shout
out to the FIBA on that championship. Y'all go ahead.
Yeah.
Shout out. WNBA making waves.
They are.
Getting the respect that y'all
Can't
deserve.
wait till they get all the money they deserve.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's up them salary caps for the girls. Y'all keep doing big things. We need to see more heat like this. Thank you, Ms. Wilson. We really appreciate what you put out there. Colorways is fire, though. It's just like, even the laces got like kind of a two-tone effect. The dark with the it's so much.
So nice.
And are they comfortable?
They are comfortable.
Very comfortable.
The Asia on the back, the details are just really crazy, and I like the mixing of the colors. Like the color palette is amazing. Yeah, so like pink, but like a maroon in here, and it's like it just mixes so well.
It is. It's fire. I've even seen some men with these.
Yeah.
So y'all don't.
Men started wearing women's sneakers back when we got the You remember? Dang, what
it was a shoe that we got. Was it the Melanie Asani?
Yeah, the Melanie Asanis with the clock on them.
Yeah.
When those came out, I wanted them so bad, but all the men were buying them up in our size. And I said, when did men start wearing women's sneakers?
When they started getting fire.
Yeah.
But people like her, the one and only Aleli May.
Yes,
when I came across her, I was like, this girl is amazing. Like, I just love what she's done for the culture of women's sneakers. She dropped the satin Jordan 1 in the Oakland Raiders colorway.
I got the satin Jordan 1.
Yes. So it's just like what her, and now she's over at Tommy doing some work with Tommy Girl.
Okay.
So just a big shout out to her and like Melanie Asani or Bethany, like just women, period, who are showing what it's like to just not wear the basic standard women's shoes that we have been plagued with, like showing style
and to give us a space in a culture that we've always been a part of, but we haven't always been given space.
Yeah, they are literally like the pioneers pushing that forward in a way that's like that tomboy meets girl world, and just still being able to put those pieces together like style wise, just in the Jordan brand alone. Shout out to Jordan for giving and Nike for giving them those platforms as well.
Yeah.
So without further ado, I am going to bring a very special guest onto the show. My babies. Soon, my children. So these were a gift that I have been sitting on for over 6 months. I'm very, very excited to open these up. I have wanted these for a long time. So when I got them, I was just like, damn, like, wow. So yeah, let's get into it. As you can see, very colorful, nice box, pair of SBs. And it's my first pair too. I never had a pair of SBs.
Okay.
So open up the packaging. Nice little swirls. Bam! Check it out. So I have the Nike SB Lobster Dunks. You can see they still have the lobster rubber on there. Some people wear theirs with them, but I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna do all that. So they come with the classic white laces, kind of like a plaid inside. But you also get a separate set of laces. So you get a pair of orange laces, and you get these like teal laces, which is fun. I've seen a couple people play around with them. So I'm really excited to wear these. I just think they're fun. But it's like, honestly, I would just wear these with black because I just want them to
be the
like
statement.
pop. Yeah. So I'm really excited about these. These was on my GOAT list for a long time. So to have them, it was best Christmas gift I've gotten in a while. You have got me many great, amazing Christmas gifts. But this one, you don't have to confirm. This one was it changed the game for me. But I was just like, damn, like this made me want to continue my collection because like I feel like sometimes as a sneakerhead, life get in the way, and like you'll be like, all right, I don't really need tennis right now.
Absolutely.
Like I'm not pressed about the sneakers.
Yeah.
But then there comes a shoe when you like, I need that added to my collection. So sitting on these for a few months.
Okay.
Yeah, these are my babies.
I mean, you know, that's how I felt about the Asians when I saw them. I was like, gotta have them.
Yeah.
And I don't.
When she told me she got them, I was like, I felt like a kid.
I actually bought 2 pair. I bought 1 pair for me, and I bought 1 pair for a cousin because she's into basketball. She loves it. She plays well, high level, and it was like I want her to be a part of this history. Just passing that love on. Also wanted her, you know, see him on feet on the court. And Asia is one of her favorite players.
Okay.
So it was like, let me make this moment.
That was a moment.
Yeah. I love giving people experiences and moments. And I think that's what sneakers are for me. More than just a look, they are a moment. They're an experience. They are a memory. I can go back to when certain Jordans dropped where I can remember what exactly we was doing, what we was wearing, what music we was listening to, you know, what we felt. Like, it was just so much. Like, how we connect with, like, Michael Jordan. I love a 1. Yeah. I love a Jordan 1. I'm a big Jordan fan. So it's like, you know, seeing that.
I actually don't have any ones.
That's crazy.
I keep saying I'm going to get a pair of braids just to actually have them, but... when the ones was popping, like 2020, and everybody was like, colorways was going crazy. Because she was getting ones back to back. I'm like, I don't got no ones, yo. I never had no ones. I'm definitely going to have to get a pair.
Yeah, so I think, if nothing else, what I want people to take from this show, 1, women, we could do it all. We could do it all. We were the production team. We are also sneakerheads. And even if there's no space, create the space that should exist for you.
Yes.
So I love that. I love that we were trusted to be in the conversation, because some men might have felt like, I want a man to be the one to help tell the story. Yeah. You know, I feel like maybe women can't relate, but we never got any of that from anybody that we were a part of. They respected our shoe selection. They respected how we felt about shoes, and everybody was respected on set. So shout out to the people that were a part of this. And do the thing that is passion for you. Yes. Do it, because it will ignite the passion in somebody else.
Very deep. Very deep.
Yeah.
For me, it's just like be flexible. Don't limit yourself to one thing, right? So like when my title changed from stylist to creative director to showrunner to, I'm like, but I created space for me to say, okay, I can do this, you know, or I can at least try. So like you said, like create that moment for yourself, see it through. That was a very, very big thing for me. So thank you for trusting the vision, and allowing this process to be seen through, and just being a whole collaborative effect, and how we brought our different world dynamics together to just create an amazing product. Definitely look forward to any work that we would do in the future, as you all should, if you know what's good for you. So thank y'all so much for watching. We appreciate y'all taking y'all time out for this wrap up. If you did not catch any of those episodes, go to my girl ShootHer Productions.
ShootHer Productions, they are
ShootHer
all
Productions
there.
On YouTube.
Kicks and Convo podcast page, and all of the episodes are there. You know, comment, get engaged. The more you engage with things, the more people promote it, as in social medias. So do that. Engage, comment, like, all of that stuff, just to let people know that you see what they're doing and you appreciate it.
All right, so it's your girl 5K Trey out, and Big Nizzy Tha ShootHer. Thank y'all. This is the director's cut. See y'all next time.
We the coach, we nothing like them vultures if you didn't know it.